You know, sometimes the wildest stories, the ones that sound like they're straight out of a movie, they start with something really simple. In this case, a single legal document. But trust me, this isn't just any lawsuit. It's the kickoff to a story that involves some of the biggest names in technology, claims of a massive secret surveillance network, and one engineer who says he was tricked into helping build the whole thing.
Okay, so this is it. This is the document at the very center of this whole thing. A class action complaint filed in the Southern District of Texas. And yeah, you're seeing those names right. The list of defendants includes people like Elon Musk and Travis Kalanick. This piece of paper is where it all goes from theory to reality.
So, what is this lawsuit actually about? I mean, beyond just the big names, let's get right to the core of it, to the central accusation being made here. So, the whole thing boils down to this. The complaint, which was filed by just one guy, an engineer named Reynaldo Aguiar, claims there's this huge secret surveillance operation going on. He's saying that tech workers have been targeted, their emails and messages read, even their physical locations tracked, and all of it completely without their consent. And this isn't some vague claim of, they're spying on us. No. The plaintiff has a name for this system, and it's a name that, well, it's pretty memorable and definitely points a finger directly at one of the people he's suing. He calls it the Uber of espionage. Kind of catchy, right? But here's the kicker, the part that makes this so different. He doesn't just claim this system exists. He says he knows exactly how it thinks because he believes he was the one who was conned into building the prototype for it. The story he tells is that about a decade ago, back in 2015, he was brought on to make a ride-sharing app for an airline. Sounds normal enough, right? Well, he now believes that whole project was a sham, a pretext to steal his concepts for this massive surveillance platform he also calls Hell. Okay, so how would a system like this even work? Well, the plaintiff gets into some really specific technical details here, laying out the exact tactics he believes are being used against him. He lays out what he calls a two-step satellite surveillance tactic. Think of it like this. Step 1, a spotter vehicle, just a regular car, drives past your house to grab a unique digital fingerprint of your satellite internet connection. Then, step 2, a hunter aircraft, flying way up high where you wouldn't notice it, uses that fingerprint to sift through all the noise and lock onto your specific signal from the sky. But he also claims he's figured out how to beat it. He says when he sees that spotter car, all he has to do is disconnect and reconnect his internet. That simple act forces the encryption keys to change, which means the digital fingerprint the spotter grabbed is now totally useless for the hunter in the sky. It's actually kind of brilliant because, as he points out, this whole two-step process, well, it gives them twice as many chances to get caught. All right, so we've got the tech side of things, the satellite signals and all that, but the case is also built on this whole trail of, let's call them clues, things he's personally seen and documented over the years. Take his own house, for example. He points out something really strange about it. It has 6 exterior doors, but only 4 bedrooms, including some weak French doors that he thinks are a deliberate security flaw. He then compares his place to the homes of people he believes are agents living nearby, which he says have normal, secure layouts. And from there, the trail of clues just gets weirder and weirder. I mean, we're talking about everything from finding a strange pendant hidden in his armored SUV that he thinks was a tracking device, to this absolutely bizarre story about ghost planes flying out of Venezuela completely empty, but with passenger lists full of fake names. So you've got satellite surveillance, weird house designs, ghost planes. I mean, how do you connect all of those dots? Well, the plaintiff has what he calls a grand unifying theory for all of it. He pulls it all together into one big theory, something he believes explains everything he's seen over the last 20 years. He literally calls it a social and tech nuclear weapon that was discovered way back in 1997. And he says it's made of 3 key things. First, illegal surveillance using radio frequencies. Second, something he calls collective thinking and actions. And third, the coordination of a small but very powerful group of people inside the world's most important systems. Okay, so after hearing all of these, frankly, incredible, almost cinematic claims, the big question is, what happens now? Where does a story like this even go? Well, the answer takes us right back to where we started, the legal system. Because this isn't just a collection of notes or theories anymore. It's a real lawsuit.
Aguirre versus Musk et al. It's on the books, and it's officially moving forward in a U.S. district court. It's left the realm of personal documentation and is now entering a federal courtroom. And we have a date, October 8th, 2025. That's when the initial conference is scheduled. And, this is a really big deal. It's the moment that's going to set the stage for whatever comes next in this unbelievable story.
Which really leaves us with one heck of a question, doesn't it? Is this the start of a really long, really messy, and maybe even baseless legal battle started by one guy? Or is it exactly what he claims it is, just the very tip of a massive hidden iceberg? I guess only time and the courts are going to tell.